Greenville Oaks family, it's good to see you again. I want you to know we miss you. Sunday mornings are not the same without you here at Greenville Oaks at the building. But we want you to know also that the mission has never stopped. The church is still on the move, and we're excited about the days ahead, and we have some information that we want to update you on. We know that the elephant in the room and the question that everyone's asking is, when can we regather? When will that decision be made? We want you to know we're making plans right now. We know that there's health and safety concerns that we need to continue to be aware of as we care for our church family and our community as we seek to be a church that inspires people to follow Jesus. But we also know that there's a danger in isolation. And many of you have a desire to want to be back together. We want the same thing, and we want to do that in a safe way. And so in the coming weeks, we will have information for you about that reentry process. The staff is working right now on that plan in conjunction with the elders. In fact, this morning, David Bruce, one of our elders, is going to be here to share some information with you and just to share with you how much we love you and update you on where things are with our congregation. We want to care for you all. We also want to care for our community. And right now, that's what's on our minds as we seek to be the church God calls us to be.
Church, we've been navigating rough waters in the last 6 months. Everybody's been affected. But I want you to know that God is still here. He has not left us. Your elders and your staff have been working together, praying for you. And we're also trying to find a better way to serve you in this time of need. Our community is in great need of pastoral care, and being able to work with them and serve them is what we're working towards now.
In order to respond to the needs of our community and our church family in the coming days and weeks, we want to respond to that with a contribution next Sunday, August 30th. It's our benevolence contribution. Now, in previous years, we've had that contribution earlier in the year, but with COVID going on, we imagine there'd be a day we get to be able to come back together and give together in that way. But because of where we are, it really is time that we need to refill our benevolence opportunity bucket so that we can respond to the needs that are all around us in the days to come. This is a great moment for the church to stand out and be Jesus. And it looks that way with people in our own congregation. It looks that way with people in our community. So I hope next Sunday that you'll be prepared to give in an incredible way as we seek to be God's hands and feet in this world. Later on this year, we'll have our missions contribution as we normally do in November. So there are two big contributions we just want you to be aware of as you make plans for your giving throughout the rest of the year. And as we're talking about giving, it's also important that we give you an update on where things are financially with our church. Obviously, this has been a challenging time, and you all have stepped up to the plate in so many ways, and financially is one of the ways you've done that. We didn't know what these 6 months would look like in terms of your giving and what you would be capable of. And we just want to communicate to you our appreciation, our gratitude for the ways that you have responded. You've kept your giving up, so many of you, and so we want to say thank you to begin. Now, our giving has been down quite a bit this year, and that's to be expected in a time like this. And so the staff has done everything we can to make sure that we're limiting our expenses to the things that are mandatory. It's hot right now in this building as I'm shooting this video because we're trying to keep expenses down. So I want to assure you the staff's doing everything we can in our power to make sure that we use the finances you give us in the most responsible way. But we also know that the PPP loan is something that has taken us through 2020. It's something that we're cutting into. It's really more of a grant because of being able to maintain our staff, which has been a blessing in this time. But when we look forward to 2021 and the budgeting that's coming in the year ahead, we realize that there's going to be some challenging decisions and conversations we're going to need to have if we don't see some kind of increase or stability in that giving. We know a lot of you have been challenged through furloughs, through losing jobs. And we certainly have empathy and understanding. And that's why our benevolence contribution is such an important thing next Sunday. But there's others of you that have been giving. Some of you have increased your giving. Again, we want to say thank you. Some of you may be in a position that you're able to do that now in ways you didn't anticipate. We would love for you to consider ways you can do just that. Others of us haven't been giving. Maybe we're new to the congregation. Some of you have checked in online and you may wonder, well, I think I'm a part of Greenville Oaks, but I've never been a part of a membership class. We want you to know that we'd love for you to give and be a part, because where our treasure is, that's where our heart goes. And we want your heart to be placed here at Greenville Oaks and with our surrounding community. And one of the great ways we do that is through giving financially, giving sacrificially. It's our worship to God. And so we want to encourage you to do that in the midst of this time as we seek to meet the needs of our church meet the needs of our community, and inspire people to follow Jesus.
Church, it's been a really tough time. And I want you to know that Belinda and I have prayed very much about how do we continue our giving. Everybody's been affected. And I want you to know that as an example, we are going to continue to give as much as we possibly can. I want to encourage you to pray about what you might be willing to do and be willing to do extra if you can. If you're not giving, to pray about what God's leading you to do and in ways He's leading you to give. We have so many blessings to be thankful for. Even though we've gone through, our families have gone through illnesses and financial troubles, God is still with us. God is still here. And I know He's going to continue to be with us. Your elders love you. Your elders want to serve you. Financially, we're having a big ask here to take a look at your heart to see what you can do. It's not going to be easy. It's not been easy. But I know that God's in the middle of it and will continue to be in the middle of it going forward. Church, I know there's going to be calm waters in the future. I don't know when and I don't know how. But I know if God's in the middle of it, it's going to be okay. We've all suffered. We've all had tough times. But I want you to know that God has never left us. He is here. Please pray about what you can do and how you can give. One of the greatest forms of worship is to give. And the greatest forms of blessing others is to give. That allows your church, your staff, your elders to help our community and help Collin County and help others around us know God and know Christ. That is what our goal is.